Gombe State Government signs Memorandum of Understanding with Zealand's Livestock Innovation Corporation to modernize livestock production. Gombe Deputy Governor urges Nigerian youths to embrace reading and writing culture, says it's vital for unlocking potentials for meaningful contributions to national development. Institute of Conflict Management and Negotiation opens 3-day capacity building workshop on security and peace building. Good evening and welcome to 25 News. I am Patricia Caleb-Sambo with the reports. The Gombe State Government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Livestock Innovation Corporation (LIC) of New Zealand as part of efforts to modernize the livestock sector and enhance productivity. A statement signed by the Director General of Press Affairs, Gombe Government House, Ismaila Ubamisili, indicates that the partnership is aimed at strengthening climate resilience, improving efficiency and unlocking new economic opportunities across the livestock value chain. It added that the MOU followed a 2-day technical working visit by a high-level Gombe State delegation led by Governor Mohammed Inuayahaya to LIC's innovation facilities in Hamilton, New Zealand. Under the agreement, both parties will collaborate on the development of modern data and technology-driven livestock management systems, the promotion of climate-smart and sustainable production practices, and the strengthening of institutional capacity through training and structured knowledge exchange. The partnership also provides a framework for joint research initiatives, including potential collaboration with Gombe State University, and explores opportunities in genetics and biotechnology, such as possible introduction of high-performance New Zealand dairy and beef genetics, subject to regulatory approvals. To ensure effective implementation, a joint project team will be established to coordinate activities, develop detailed work plans, and monitor progress to achieve measurable outcomes. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Governor Mohammed Inuayahaya described the agreement as a significant milestone in Gombe State agricultural transformation agenda. He said the partnership will improve productivity and resilience in the livestock sector, directly benefiting farmers and strengthening the state's economy. The governor added that the initiative aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's efforts to reposition the livestock sector through the Federal Ministry of Livestock Development. The delegation received federal backing from the Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Maiha, who said the collaboration aligns with the renewed hope agenda of President Tinubu, which emphasizes technology, sustainability, and tangible economic impact. On behalf of LIC, the International Dairy Development Manager, Jason Schreier, described the partnership as a model for effective international collaboration in livestock development. He expressed confidence that the MOU, which combines LIC's technical expertise with Gombe State's reform agenda, would contribute to a new future for livestock farming in the state and Nigeria. The Gombe State Deputy Governor, Dr. Manasseh Daniel Jatto, has urged Nigerian youths to embrace reading, writing, and academic dedication as vital tools for unlocking their potential and contributing meaningfully to societal development. Dr. Jatto made the call during an interview with journalists in his office on the celebration of his 70th birthday and the unveiling of 5 books he authored, which took place recently at the Nigeria Air Force Conference and Event Center in Abuja. He expressed concern over what he described as a declining reading culture among young people, stressing that knowledge remains a critical instrument for personal development and societal transformation. He encouraged youth to cultivate habits of reading, intellectual curiosity, and lifelong learning in order to better understand their environment and life's challenges. According to Deputy, his decision to author the 5 books was influenced by the prevailing societal challenge, explaining that the writing process broadened his perspective and created a platform for intellectual engagement, allowing readers and scholars to agree, disagree, or offer constructive criticism on topical issues. Dr. Jato observed that society is rapidly evolving with emerging challenges that demand innovative solutions, adding that reading and writing remain essential for documenting experiences and addressing societal problems. He also raised concerns over what he described as the growing trend of non-academic students in tertiary institutions, where some parents and guardians invest heavily in education without proper monitoring of their children's academic progress. Reflecting on the birthday celebration and book launch, the Deputy Governor said the show of support underscored the fact that many Nigerians still value knowledge and are willing to contribute to national development. He explained that good governance thrives when individuals actively participate in nation building and encourage citizens to contribute positively to national development in their respective capacities, referencing the maxim.
It's a solid book that nobody wrote, but because of modern technology, it has been converted for use so that somebody in America can be reading the same book we are reading.
The Deputy Governor reaffirmed his commitment to intellectual development and youth mentorship, stating that the newly unveiled books were partly aimed at guiding young people towards purposeful living, critical thinking, and responsible leadership. The Gombe State Independent Electoral Commission, GOSAIC, has concluded a statewide stakeholders engagement tour ahead of the local government elections scheduled for April 25th. Speaking with journalists in Gombe, the commissioner in charge of public affairs, Alhaji Yusuf Ishaq Baji, said the commission is fully prepared to conduct a credible, transparent, and hitch-free election across the state. Our correspondent, Shaib Umar, has the reports.
Alhaji Yusuf Baji disclosed that the Commission has already engaged key stakeholders, including political parties, traditional rulers, and civil society groups, as part of effort to ensure a smooth electoral process.
We have informed the general public and the stakeholders that this is what we are going to do, and they have commended the Commission and the State Governor for his foresight, particularly for creating the LCDS and the zeal by the commissions to conduct the elections together with the LCDS.
He further revealed that the Commission is awaiting approval from the Gombe State House of Assembly and the Gombe State Governor to extend the conduct of the elections to all 13 local council development areas, LCDAs. According to him, elections in the LCDAs will be conducted after the creation of equal wards in both local government areas and the local development council areas to ensure fairness and effective representation. The Commissioner called on eligible voters to register and collect their voter cards ahead of the polls, urging them to participate actively and shun voter apathy.
When we have started the preparations for the elections, we have called all the political parties under the aegis of IPAC, and we discussed thoroughly with them and explained bit and bit what we are going to do, particularly in regard to this election matters.
Alhaji Yusuf Ishaq Baji assured political parties and the electorate of the Commission's commitment to delivering a free, fair and credible electoral process. Shaib Umar, GMC News.
The member representing Akonot in the Gombe State House of Assembly, Musa Muhammad Wuro-Biriji, has sympathized with the victims of the recent fire disasters at the new Maitri, Gombe. Speaking shortly after he assessed the level of damage as a result of the fire incident, the member pledged to present the report of the incident before the State House of Assembly for possible assistance from NEMA and SEMA. Musa Wuro-Biriji also revealed Gombe State government's plan to improve business activities in the new Maitri, calling on business owners to maintain loyalty to the state government for more support. Earlier, while receiving the member, the chairman of Maitri Traders, Idris Abdullahi, popularly known as Ningi, and the immediate past chairman Alhaji Awal Abdul Qadir, thanked the member for the sympathy visit. They explained that the fire outbreak occurred Friday last week as a result of electrical faults. They called on the state government to come to the aid of the affected persons to cushion the effect of their losses. Also speaking, one of the victims, Malang Adamu Musa, thanked the member of the for the show of love and concern to the victims, calling on those affected to consider the incident as God's will and prayed against future occurrence. The Gombe State Task Force on Implementation and Monitoring of Tree Planting Committee 3G says it has set up conditions for the release of the over 10 vehicles loaded with logs of wood and charcoal seized by the committee. The chairman of the committee, Maitula, Dr. Abubakar Atare Buba, stated this while addressing the drivers of seized vehicles on conditions laid before the release of the vehicles parked at the premises of the 3G's office. The chairman of the committee, represented by a member, Jauru Abubakar Garba, said each of the culprits is to donate 50 seedlings for planting, evidence of up-to-date driving particulars to the relevant authorities, a written undertaking notes to further engage in such activity alongside their national identification number, while the confiscated goods, woods and charcoal will be distributed to boarding schools.
Undertaking, they are ready to come up with up-to-date vehicle lessons. They are ready to donate 50 seedlings, and they are ready to fulfill the apprehended goods.
Jaur Abubakar Garba, however, cautioned the members of the public who are in the habit of cutting down trees indiscriminately, particularly for commercial purposes, to desist or face full weight of the law if arrested. Speaking on behalf of the culprits, Bello Abubakar said their vehicles were impounded over 2 weeks ago, which has made life unbearable, and promised to abide by the conditions laid by the committee. The Federal University Kashiri in Gombe State has appointed Professor Muhammad Inwa Jafaru as its new Vice Chancellor. Professor Inwa Jafaru emerged following a meeting of the selection committee of the university's governing council held after the expiration of the tenure of the outgoing Vice Chancellor, Professor Umaru Alhaji Pati, who served the institution for 5 years. Speaking at a press briefing shortly after the council meeting, the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, Professor Williams O. Aderunmi, explained that the selection process followed the advertisement of the vacant position, which attracted 27 applications. He further said that out of the number, 21 candidates were shortlisted, while 20 highly qualified professors were eventually interviewed. Professor Adurumi disclosed that Professor Muhammad Inwa Jafaru emerged as the most outstanding candidate with a clear margin over others based on merit and performance during the selection process.
Interviewed 20 candidates, highly qualified professors drawn from mostly the Northeast and the Northwest. 27 of them applied. We shortlisted 21. But a candidate emerged with a wide gap. And that candidate, the new Vice Chancellor, is Professor Ahmed Jafaru.
He commended the outgoing Vice Chancellor, Professor Umar Alhaji Pati, for his significant contributions to the growth of the university, particularly in the area of structural development. He also expressed appreciation to members of the Governing Council, management staff, as well as students for their cooperation and support during Professor Pati's tenure. He urged them to extend the same support to the new Vice Chancellor. Responding to questions from journalists, Professor Adorumi outlined the criteria used in selecting the Vice Chancellor, which included years of professorship, community service, ability to generate funds and attract endowments, academic publications, and overall performance at the interview. The Governing Council of the Federal College of Education Technical Gombe has approved the dismissal of some senior non-academic officers of the college over allegations of gross misconduct. The decision was taken during the 7th meeting of the Governing Council held on the 31st of January 2026, which took place at the headquarters of the National Commission for Colleges of Education in Abuja. According to a statement from the Information Unit of the college, signed by Dahiru Gurama, the dismissals followed earlier suspensions and based on the findings and recommendations of a fact-finding committee set by the Federal Ministry of Education alongside an investigative committee of the Governing Council, which indicted the affected officers on various counts of gross misconduct. Meanwhile, the council has approved the appointment of the most senior deputy registrar as acting registrar to ensure continuity in the administration of the college. A delegation from the Sustainable Urban and Rural Water Supply, Sanitation and Hygiene (SEWASH) Federal Project Coordination Unit FPCU has paid a supportive visit to the Gombe State Environmental Sanitation and Protection Agency (GOSEPA) as part of engagements with program implementing agencies in the state. The delegation comprised Mr. Nsobundu Chigozi, Monitoring and Evaluation Consultant, Mrs. Felicia Irimia Usibe, Communication Officer, Mrs. Obiano Chinyere, Water Quality Officer, and Mr. Abubakar Muhammad Al-Kali, ICT Officer. According to a press release by the Information Officer of GOSEPA, Abubakar Muhammad Tukur, the visit was aimed at providing technical guidance and proper documentation and other program requirements following the review of reports submitted by implementing agencies on their implementation status. The SEWASH team was received by the Director of Administration and Finance, Alhaji Yahaya Saadu, who represented the Executive Secretary of GOSEPA. He appreciated the visit and reaffirmed the agency's commitment to complying with SEWASH guidelines to ensure effective project implementation. The former Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Pantami, has paid a solidarity visit to Gombe State Secretariat of All Progressive Congress, APC. Professor Pantami, who was at the Secretariat in company of supporters, told the state party executives that his conviction for Governor Mahmoud Inuwayahaya's administration sound policies informed his loyalty and absolute support for APC-led government in Gombe State and at the federal level. Isa Ali Pantami shed light to change the narrative for those with the impression that he was just joining the Progressive Party, explained that he was part and parcel of key stakeholders behind the two political parties' merger between ACN and CPC, and later CPC. Professor Pantami also mentioned some economic reform policies of Governor Inuwayahaya's administration, which he believes has placed Gombe State in a positive economic growth. He further said, based on the highlighted reforms of Governor Mahmoud Inuwayahaya's late administration, he has no reason not to support his government. In their separate remarks, the chairman of Gombe State All Progressive Congress, Mr. Nite Amangal, and the State Secretary Abubakar Esgoro appreciated Professor Pantami for the solidarity visit, acknowledging the support roles he played in running the affairs of the party, especially at the ongoing party membership revalidation exercise. They also thanked the professor for clarifying many political issues which were hitherto cloudy about the visit. The former minister later proceeded to his Pantami political ward, where he officially revalidated his party membership. A community leader in Gombe, Alhaji Yaya Hammari, has encouraged the public to revalidate the voter card. Alhaji Yaya Hammari, who made the call in an interview with GMC reporter Bilikisu Bibi Lakutu in Gombe on the importance of national identity card, birth certificate, and revalidation of voter card in the ongoing e-registration exercise in Nigeria, noted they are used by government in national planning for national development. Details and more of this interview will come your way in our subsequent bulletins. In an effort to address prevailing security challenges, the Institute of Conflict Management and Negotiation, ICMN, has opened a 3-day workshop for councillors, traditional leaders, secretaries of all emirates and departmental security officers in Gombe State. Taking place in the Adelaide Conference Hall, the workshop is aimed at strengthening the grassroots peace building and improving community-based approaches to security management across the state. Speaking at the event, the Commissioner of Police, represented by DCP Muhammad Bashir Mustafa, described the workshop as timely in view of the rising insecurity affecting parts of the country.
And once you know them and use them judiciously, honestly, you will not have problem.
Commended the organizers for their foresight and for assembling key stakeholders, expressing optimism that participants will cascade the knowledge gained to their respective communities. Also speaking, the Commissioner for Local Government and Community Development, Alhaji Abdul Qadir Muhammad, emphasized that the protection of lives and property remains a core responsibility of leadership. He noted that the workshop aligns with the commitment of Governor Muhammad Unyahaya to ensuring the safety of citizens across the state.
Thank the Commissioner of Police for making everything possible and proceed this very noble program, whereby my fellow participants are coming here together to learn some techniques and add to their own that they have.
Alhaji Abdul Qadir urged the councillors from the 114 wards of the state, secretaries of emirate councils and all departmental security officers who are participating in the workshop to share the lessons learned with their communities in order to achieve sustainable security from the grassroots. In his remarks, the Police Public Relations Officer DSP Buhari Abdullahi said the lingering security challenges in some parts of the state made it imperative to organize such a forum, adding that the participants selected from the workshop are critical stakeholders in promoting peace and security at the community level. Some participants who spoke in separate interviews expressed appreciation to ICMN for organizing the workshop, describing it as timely and pledged to apply and disseminate the knowledge acquired to enhance peace in their respective communities. The highlight of the event was the decoration of the Commissioner for Local Government and Community Development by the Institute of Conflict Management and Negotiation. The Chairman Royal Organizing Committee Gombe Emirs Cup Competition 2026, Alhaji Ahmad Shaibu Gara Gombe, has paid advocacy visit to the Mai Kaltungo, Mai Tangle and Emir of Pindiga to intimate them on the significance of the competition. Alhaji Shaibu Gara said the objectives of organizing the Emirs Cup competition is to unite the youth, exploit talent and improve security by engaging the youth in football activities. He explained that the competition is being sponsored by Green Sports Center and is expected to hold at all the 14 emirates and chiefdoms of the state.
Wasan bai kokowa da wasan dawakai an sani a tarihi tushensu a gidajen sarautu ne suka fito, su ne muka sani wanda suke yi, amma zamani ya zo ya zama na waɗannan abubuwan duka sun fara gushewa, an fara kawo abubuwa na zamanin nan kuma ɗaya daga cikin su ne wasan ƙwallon kafa.
Alhaji Shaibu said at the end of the competition, the winner would receive 5 million naira, second place 3 million naira, while the third place will get 2 million naira. He added that various prizes will also be given to performing individuals to include the best goalkeeper, highest goal scorer, most valuable player and best emirate in line with the rules and regulations of the game. In their different remarks, Michael Tungo Engineer Salih Mohammed, Mai Tangle Malam Sanusi, Aladi Mayamba and the Emir of Pindiga Alhaji Muhammad Sayoji Ahmad appreciated the effort of the committee in introducing the trophy and assured support to the success of the competition. The chairman of Yamal Local Government Council, Alhaji Abubakar Hassan Ifa, has expressed his council's readiness to partner with organizations committed to the development of the area. Alhaji Hassan made the remarks while receiving awards of excellence from the Northeast Youth Consultative Forum and Women Group, Gombe, Abing Alfa-Rumo at the Local Government Secretariat in Deba. The chairman also commended Governor Mahmoud Inwayahaya and his wife Haji Asmau Inwayahaya for their numerous initiatives on youth and women empowerment across the state.
Shugabanni na matasan arewa maso gabas da suka kawo award bisa ga bincikensu da irin abubuwan da muke da al'umman karamar kuma riba shine ba su shawa har suka kawo mun wannan award. So ni har ga Allah kamar na faɗa wajen taro ban san so ba sani ba, kuma ko minti da bayan magana da su ce ga abin da ke so su je sun ga su yi basira da irin ayyukansa sai suka kawo.
He assured that the council remains committed to addressing the challenges of the local electorates. Speaking on the awards, the secretary of Yamal Local Council, Alhaji Ibrahim Aliyu, and the councillor of Deba Ward, Hajiya Hawwa Garba, said the recognition of the chairman's achievements had been noticed even by people outside the area. They described the awards as a motivation for him to continue his development efforts. The ambassador of the Northeast Youth Consultative Forum, Samaila Paul Bayo, praised the chairman for his performance in various human development initiatives and urged him to maintain the momentum. Meanwhile, the leader of the women's group, Mariam Daudau, said the awards were in recognition of the chairman's projects and consultations. She encouraged members of the APC to participate actively in the ongoing membership registration and expressed hope for the party's succession in the 2027 general elections. Our correspondent reports that the awards presentation included wall clocks and table tissues for key participants, marking a successful ceremony. Scrap metal sellers in Gombe State, popularly known as Bola Jari, are appealing to the government to lift the ban on their trade now in its third week. The suspension followed concerns that the sector may have facilitated theft of public and private properties. Correspondent Muhammad Ibrahim Pantami completes the report.
Caretaker chairman of the Gombe State Bola Jari Association, Adamu Aliu, says the ban has affected over 10,000 members across the state, leaving them and their families in economic hardship.
Akwai da yawa a cikin mu wanda an fito abin da ake samu din 4,500 ne shida. Wanda 10,000 ba kowa yake samu ba. Ta ga wanda yake samu kasa da 10,000 5,000 shida. Ba lallai a ce yayi wani ma a gidan nashi ma yana da iyalai da yawa ba zai rike shi ba yayin laba. Ta ga a ce yanzu ya sati 3 bai fita ba labai. Yayi komai zai faruwa. Mutane sun shiga yanayi.
Some traders describe the ban as devastating, saying Bola Jari is their only source of livelihood.
Ba ma iya ɗawainoyin mu ba, bukatun mu da na wasu daga cikin uwa iyaye duka da ikon Allah dai dalilin wannan sana'an ko in ce ta hanyar dalilin abun da muke samu a cikin wannan harka din muna gudanar da su gwargwadon iko yanda ake bukata.
Roƙon mu ga mai girma gwamna, mu muna gudanar da sana'ar mu akan tsari yanda ya kamata, kuma mukan sayi kaya a gurin wanda muka yadda da su, ba ma sayan kaya a gurin kowa da bata gari da wasu miyagu. Mukan gudanar da harkoki yanda ya kamata daidai gwargwado, mukan bi tsari duk dokoki da gwamnati tsara a kai, mukan yi iya kokari a kai, mukan kare dukkan wani mummunan abin da zai shiga mana cikin harka domin zaman lafiya ya fi zama dan sarki.
While acknowledging that some criminal elements exist in the trade, operators are urging the government not to punish law-abiding sellers. The association said it remains committed to working with the government and security agencies to ensure compliance with the law, while appealing for an urgent review of the ban to ease the economic hardship of its members. Muhammad Ibrahim Pantami, GMC News.
This brings us to the end of today's report. To end the news, here's a recap of the headlines. You heard that Gombe State Government has signed Memorandum of Understanding with New Zealand's Livestock Innovation Corporation to modernize livestock production. A statement signed by the Director General of Press Affairs, Gombe Government House, Ismaila Ubaya Musili, indicates that the partnership is aimed at strengthening climate resilience, improving efficiency, and unlocking new economic opportunities across the livestock value chain. You also heard that Gombe Deputy Governor has urged Nigerian youths to embrace reading and writing culture, said it's vital for unlocking potentials for meaningful contributions to national development. Dr. Dato made the call during an interview with journalists in his office on the celebration of his 70th birthday and the unveiling of 5 books he authored, which took place recently at the Nigerian Air Force Conference and Event Center in Abuja. And finally, Institute of Conflict Management and Negotiation has opened 3-day capacity building workshop on security and peace building, taking place at the Laila Conference Hall. The workshop is aimed at strengthening grassroots peace building and improving community-based approaches to security management across the state. That's 25 News. Thank you for staying with us.